Thank you for joining me once again in another exciting tutorial of physics. This is your tutor, the science guru, Mr. Mubiana. Come with me as we learn. Today, guys, we are learning something that you ignore in the exam. How do you use a graph paper in the exam? Come with me as we learn. So, how to use the graph paper. How do you use the graph paper in your exam? How do you use it? How do you use it? Something that you ignore. This is so cardinal. Okay? Now, there are some rules we consider when doing anything on the graph paper. One, it is this. Remember, this is physics. These rules are only applicable in physics. One, we can say, use a pencil only. Don't use anything else, guys. Use a pencil only. Then, use 75% of, of your graph paper. Okay? You need to use 75% of your graph paper. What else do you need? You need also to say, you need to know that always come up with a range when plotting. You need to come up with a range when plotting. The last one is this. The last one, leave one margin in both axes. So let me explain on this point. So if I give you, let's say, this is your graph paper. So this is your graph paper. This is your graph paper. Are you seeing? So the graph paper, it has got 10 lines. Let's say this is the box. 1, 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's have a line here. We say there. So now, if this is your graph paper and you've got all these boxes, I see, hope you are following, guys. This is simple, just how to use a graph paper. So I've given you a graph paper. So this is just a simple graph paper. So now, how do you plot is this? The first thing is this. Always follow the last rule. Leave one margin. So in plotting, you need to leave this entire margin. So you leave this part. This entire part, leave it. Also, this side, you leave this entire part. You leave it. Just one part. Do not leave two parts. Say you leave 1, 2. No, it will be wrong. So you make sure that your graph begins somewhere. See? Something like this. So this part you have left, this axis you have left. So if this line, this line was somewhere here, and you have left two things, 1, 2, your graph will be wrong. Initially, your graph is wrong. In physics, your graph is what? Is wrong. So you leave only a margin, one margin in both axes. You leave from the y direction up to the x direction. Just leave one margin. Now, when plotting, let's say you're plotting these numbers. You're plotting these numbers. You're plotting, let's say, you're plotting 1, 2, 3. You're plotting, let's say, plotting the x-axis and the y-axis. The x-axis, let's say the x-axis, the y, it is this, and the x is this. You get it? So let me start with the y, end with the x. So the y-axis, I'm giving you to be, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get it? Or I give you something, okay, let me just give you something. I say, I give you something like, I give you like 5, 20, I say 5, 10, 15, 20. I give you 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm told to plot this. So now when I'm plotting, I must make sure that I use 75% of my graph paper. So I say, okay, maybe my 75 is somewhere here. Or you say I've used 3/4. Now how do I plot this? I just come up with the range. Let me assume that I'm counting this to be 10. I say if I count 10, 20, it won't make sense. 10, 15, 10, 20, 30, 40. It won't make sense. So I change. Let me be counting 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But if you notice, if I use these 5s, I could have used the same values that they have given me. Okay, let me be counting with 4s. I say 4, have you seen? 8, have you seen? 12, have you seen? 14, have you seen? 14, I say now 18, I say now 22. I've used 3/4 or almost part of my graph paper, which is acceptable. Then I come again to the time. I'm going to 1 to 8. I can be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a range. Then you can plot nicely. You come. You're plotting 2. 2 is here. You assume your 5 is here. You get it? So you're plotting 4. 4 is here. You assume your 10 is somewhere here. Then 6. 6 here, you assume your 15 is somewhere here. Then 8. 8 here, you assume your 20 somewhere here. Then you draw using your pencil, whatever your phone. Something like this. Then you are done and good to go. You have known now how to use your graph paper. Thank you for watching. This has been your tutor, the science guru, Mr. Mobianda. Take care.